Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Galaxy Sports Supreme podcast, GSS. And today we talking about two fight stars, Tio and Shakur. I'm your host, AP. Please like, subscribe, comment for sure. So, just wanted to talk about this fight real quick. The shit is way off. It's not even confirmed sign, but it looks like it's getting close. But just wanted to throw some 2 cents in there about what I think early on. To me, this is a great matchup. It's a great matchup. Shakur he's a imperial defensive master. And Tio, athletic, good hand speed, showman, contrasting styles, no doubt about it. So shit to me is close to a pick 'em, to be honest. Just in my opinion, Tio will bring the offense. Shakur will bring the defense. So, this is a real interesting matchup. It really is, because the defensive prowess of Shakur and the offensive output of Tio, real interesting. I think Tio is going to have to be on offense a lot more. I think Shakur is going to have to be on offense a lot more in this fight. I think, unlike Zepeda, Tio will be throwing combinations in hopes of at least landing one punch, landing flush. So 2-3 punch combinations, and cross your fingers that at least one of those land. Shakur just won't be able to let loose 2-3 punch combinations like he did against Zepeda. He countered Zepeda to death. I think Tio has some pretty good reflexes that might prevent Shakur from doing that. So, what I see with Shakur, I see 2-3 punch combos and the jab. He's on that stick. I also see him using a lot of ring this time. He said he's not going to just stand there this time. He's going to be essentially using his movement to get out the way of punches. Tio does have the reflexes to counterpunch, but let's be honest. Shakur might be on the opposite side of the state by the time he let loose a punch. Shakur know how to get out of dodge fast. So I just think it's going to be a very interesting style matchup. Shakur said he was, again, back to movement. So Tio might have to exert more energy, trying to cut the ring off. But I see Shakur using clean, effective boxing, 1-2s, and movement. He's not going to stand there like he did with Zepeda. So I think it might be a little tougher fight for Tio. But if Tio could, let loose combinations, and have Shakur on the defense, that's still offense, even though maybe one of the 3 punches might land, but it still looks good on offense. So this is going to be a real interesting matchup. To me, this is a close fight. Not going to give my prediction yet. The fight is so far off. Shit, it's not even signed yet, so let's just keep our fingers crossed that the fight does get signed. I'm hearing it's close, but take that for what it is. This is boxing. But again, I look forward to this matchup in New York, if it happens in New York. Real good fight. I see neither one running away with this fight. Possibly a split decision. Unanimous, you can never say never, but I would say a higher percentage chance of a split decision rather than unanimous. I think the matchup is just kind of that close. I think Tio is going to have to throw a lot of punches and, just have that activity rate, but I also think Shakur is going to have to throw some punches. And I think the challenge for Shakur is that Tio is athletic. He's not Zepeda. Tio's not going to always be there when Shakur wants to let go those 2-3 punch combinations. So it's going to be an interesting fight. Very interesting fights. Hopefully they make it. If they do make the fight and the shit is signed, sealed, and delivered, I'll do another show on it as it gets closer. But as it stands right now, where they're talking, January 2026, long way off. But for now, I see it as a close fight. Not making a prediction yet, but I'll circle back to it when it's official. As usual, take care of yourself. Remember, your health is your wealth. Don't forget that. Later.